Hi, my name is Candi Bryan. I am Mrs. Corporate America 2019. I'm also the CEO and founder of C&J Media and Public Relations. We're a media firm, and I have the honor of sitting here with my sister friend, Shannan Lewis, and we're talking about her book because it is time to launch. It is time to step into your destiny, and we believe that this will be part of that plan for you. Go out and check out Destiny in Disguise by Shannan Lewis. It is available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles, and we're going to jump into a rich discussion. So come along with us. Well, it is an honor to be here with you, Shannan Lewis, Alecia Lewis. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is exciting.
It is.
A long time coming, and I'm going to give you high fives,
Yay.
social distance high fives. Wow. All I can say is wow, what a journey. God is good. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You look amazing. And so we're here to have a conversation today, and our hope is that this conversation touches someone's life in a special way. You've touched so many lives, Shannan. Mine, everyone around you. Yours, from your smile to your story to what you do in your everyday workplace. Your
Praise
light.
God.
Your light.
Praise God.
So let's start with some introductions, because not everyone who sees this video is going to know who you are right away. So who is Shannan Lewis?
Well, I like to say, a communicator first and foremost. I like to believe that God brought me into the world to communicate through writing and speaking and connecting with people in ways that inform, provide instruction and inspiration. But in my regular everyday life, I am a mommy, I am a university campus coordinator, and most recently, I am a published author.
Ooh, yeah, clap it up. We have to clap it up for that.
Yes.
How does it feel to be a published author?
It is an amazing feeling, because honestly, it feels like I had a research paper to turn in, an assignment to turn in that has finally been submitted, because this was God's assignment. So the feeling of accomplishment is more than, oh, look at me, I'm an author. It is, God, here it is. I did it.
You did it.
Willingness, obedience, submission to the process and to the writing journey. And now it is here. So it is just, to God be the glory.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
first
you.
of all.
Thank
It's such
you.
an accomplishment. I think all of us have a story that we want to tell, and we wish we could write. It's a big process. And we're going to get to the book in just a moment.
Yes.
And we want to meet your beautiful sister, Alecia Lewis. Welcome,
Thank you.
and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am, as you stated, Alecia Lewis, Shannan's sister. I grew up not sure if my name was Alecia or Shannan's sister. And here I am today. I'm Shannan's sister. I am Shannan's only sister.
Yeah.
I'm the middle sibling, and I am her donor.
Yes.
I have a little doggy. I am very much business and career minded.
Yes.
That's my life pretty much. But I think my biggest joy is to be able to be here in this moment today to celebrate my sister, and just this amazing tenacity and resilience and testimony that says tragedy can morph into triumph. So that's it. That's who I am. Just God's hand extended.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we're going to get into celebration, as you said, as we kick off this discussion. And so tell us a little bit about your journey through your illness, treatments, surviving and thriving. Take us through that journey. How did it start?
Yeah, a cancer diagnosis comes to some people after, indication that something's going wrong. I had no indication that anything was happening in my body. I like to say that if I did not have bronchitis, the latter part of 2016, I would not have realized that something was happening in my body. And so when I was diagnosed on January 10th, 2017, I was surprised, but I was not completely shocked, because as I documented in the book, I looked back now and I could recognize some of the clues that I was having, both physically and spiritually and emotionally. So I was diagnosed with lymphoma leukemia, went through aggressive chemotherapy and radiation, but I was told from the very beginning that I would have to have a bone marrow transplant. Wow. In order to save my life and to extend my life. And so from the very beginning of the journey, I had to begin to wrestle with that. Went through the first part of 2017, like I said, treatment, extended hospitalization stays, wow. And just went through every part of it, you know. But I chose to go through as a victor, not a victim.
So for people who are going to watch this and share this, what was your body feeling like at the time before you actually knew what was going on?
Extreme fatigue. Okay. Extreme fatigue. And looking back now, that was really the only thing that was off, you know, because that year I did all my medical checkups, my female checkups, lab work, and everything was fine. So there was nothing to indicate that something was happening in the body, but there was an extreme stress.
Got it.
I was in a season of extreme stress, and I believe that stress will trigger things in you.
It will.
That will manifest in different kinds of chronic illnesses, you know. So when I look back now, I'm like, that season of my life was filled with so much stress, but I was also so tired all the time. But thankfully I had bronchitis, because that was what sent me to the emergency room.
Yeah.
For the lab work to be done to discover that cancer. Yeah.
So many of us have that same journey, and I get that question all the time.
Yes.
When I share my journey as a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. What did you feel like? Did you see something? Did you hear something? What was going on in your body? Did you notice anything, Alecia, that was different about her in those last few months before diagnosis?
No, honestly, I didn't notice anything different. I do know that she mentioned she was tired a couple of times. You'd call and she was just sounding really lethargic. And I know I hosted Thanksgiving dinner, I think it was, 2016, and she came to the house, and normally Shannan is very, hello!
Yes, she is.
Shannan lives on 10.
I love it.
I kind of float between 2 and 3.
This is true.
Yeah.
You're the perfect match for each other.
Yes.
That's awesome.
She's just like,
Yin and yang.
can I just go lie down? And normally she does that because she will eat and sleep. Speak the truth,
Yes.
shame the devil. She will get really, really hyper, like a kid on a sugar rush, and then she'll just crash.
Yes.
This
Got
wasn't like that time. This was from she got there. First of all, it was just like coughing.
Yes,
coughing,
yes.
coughing. And I said, that cough is really weird. And I know she'd had that cough for a few days or weeks.
Yes.
Maybe. So, and then to see her that tired, something was just off. So that's when I figured, fire your doctor or figure out what's going on, because this is not bronchitis. This doesn't feel like bronchitis.
I think it's so important to hear the side of the supporter as well as the survivor, because often we don't hear the perspective of those who are supporting and donating to help us survive and thrive as survivors. So we're going to get to more of Alecia's story in just a moment.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Couch. I had the pleasure of working with Shannan for a number of years, and I saw firsthand how she was able to inspire people, how she was able to connect with them and pour into them, especially her students, and to see her challenge them, inspire them, and elevate their thinking, and really bring out the best in them. And I know that she's going to do that through this book, through her words, through her story, her testimony. She's going to challenge so many people. She's going to inspire them. She's going to give them hope. And I know she's done that for me. Just seeing her walk through this journey, I was there when she got that cancer diagnosis. I remember the day and visiting her in the hospital, and just being in disbelief that this was happening, and then just to see that journey she went through and how she persevered and how she has come out so much stronger and better on the other side. And I think God has given her an amazing story and testimony that is going to impact so many lives. And Shannan, I'm so glad you wrote this book. I remember you talking about it and talking about getting up in the middle of the night and writing, and I remember just wondering where that was going to go, what was going to be the end product of that. And so now seeing this come to fruition is so inspiring to me, and I'm so proud of you, and I just want to congratulate you and just say that I know God's going to use you to impact so many people through this, and I hope you'll go out and just use this platform to share your story, challenge people, inspire them, and use what God has given you to fulfill your purpose. So congratulations, and again, I'm very proud of you.
Hello, my beautiful friend Shannan. It's Marcia, and thank you for just giving me the opportunity to share what my perspective is on your journey through cancer wellness. And it really was wellness because God did a mighty work. So 3 things. I know you said to keep this really short because we could go on and on, right? But 3 things. Because I was uniquely positioned during your journey to have the gift of time, I was able to make myself available in a way that I guess I could not have been able to had I had a 9-to-5 job. But because I work for myself, that gift of time came in very handy. The first thing I learned through your journey walking with you was how to listen. Oftentimes we want to come in there with our ideas and this is what you should do or shouldn't do. But I think you gave us an opportunity to hear you because you were transparent. And so it made us listen, and active listening, right? And the second thing that I learned as part of your journey was how to offer practical help in your situation. So yeah, we can pray and all, that's great, but knowing that something practical as I could be a driver if you needed to go from point A to point B, or just in conversation and listening, knowing that, my goodness, I couldn't get to the store to get things, but your desire to have some soup today, you're feeling like soup, and just being able to do that for you, or just Christmas is coming around and I want to do this for my kids, and just being there to make sure that you could achieve the things you needed to achieve because we were there to be your support, right? So those kinds of practical things, something as simple as listening and knowing bills don't go away, and just being able to say, you know what, for those who may have extra resources, they could just say, you know what, I'm going to pay that bill for you until you come out of this journey. That's an important part of this cancer journey or any illness journey. Rent still has to be paid, light bills got to be paid, phone bills got to be paid. And when you no longer have an income, you don't really need someone to tell you that that's going to be an issue, right? Like some people will go, well, tell me what you need and I'll help you. That's just practical common sense. We know those bills are still coming. So, that was point number 2, just being able to offer practical solutions, or knowing what your favorite bath soap is. And that would bring some meaning to your journey, just knowing that you could have that sweet fragrance. And the last thing is being present. Not providing advice, not just be. Even if it meant just maybe just sitting in your bed while you sleep. Just be. And sometimes that gift of presence, as you like to call it, is what's most needed. So those are my 3 takeaways from your journey. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of that. I am a different person because of it. God bless you. I love you, girl.
There are some people that come into your life that you do not need to spend hundreds of hours getting to know them. I recall meeting Shannan through a friend. The connection was magical as she shared with me her journey and listened to mine. Hi, my name is O. Stephen Peart, and I'm the founder of Release Expressions Communication. Shannan's story is one of intrigue and inspiration. It is a story that transcends boundaries and borders. Her story continually reminds me of the power of people in our lives. I am so so thankful to have her in my life, and I'm sure you can attest to that. Now, each step has been steps of renewal, assurance, inspiration, and what I want to call now. You see, now is simply about appreciating the people that come into your life, to my life. The moment I received the news about her illness, it was one of those times when I realized the importance of taking full advantage of now. I had the opportunity to share in the healing journey of this amazing human being. She has given me and us all the spirit to recognize that now is the time. Today, not tomorrow, but now. Thank you, Shannan, for being part of my life, for reigniting in us all the passion to live now.
So, fast forward, we have diagnosis and the journey begins. And so you had some people surrounding you that we are here to celebrate. And I love the fact that you said she's on 10 all the time, because we're going to start on 10 for this discussion and celebrate. We can talk a little bit about, some of the what happened to your body during this process, but then let's talk about the people who were there with you along the journey. You could start wherever you want.
Listen, I want to dive into the celebration, because now you've got me thinking about all the people. I've said that this is more than a cancer story, and it is not a Shannan story. It's our story. Because if I did not have the love and support of, I call them God approved and authorized people to do this journey with me, I would not be here today.
Right.
I had people from the very beginning who were willing to offer me more than prayers and best wishes. And granted, prayers are great. Prayers got me through. That was important. And so even for those who prayed, this is your answer. I am the answer.
Hey Shannan, congratulations on the launching of your book, Destiny in Disguise. I wanted to commend you for taking a season in your life that was not only challenging, but painful at times, and using it as a catalyst to encourage and inspire and educate, and yes, even dispel some of the myths surrounding the journey of a cancer patient. I wanted to tell you thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey and entrusting me in part of your process. I pray that as you take this book and you place it in the palm of God's hand, that He will use it as a tool to be able to affect the kingdom in a positive way for those that are currently going through a cancer journey, those that are caretakers, and even those that are family members or friends of the loved ones that they have to walk alongside. I pray many blessings and much success on this part of your journey. Continue to bloom, sis. Take care.
I celebrate the people who penciled me in. I celebrate the people who adjusted their life. I celebrate the people who did not mind being inconvenienced.
That's good.
To support and to walk alongside us.
Hello, my name is Sandy Cater. I met Shannan Lewis when I first began exploring colleges, and I went to Palm Beach Atlantic University to learn about the school and find out what they might have that would help me reinvent my life, because life had just hit the fan. Shannan did exactly what was needed. She gave me all the information I was looking for, but then stepped back and let me decide. Shortly thereafter, she became my first college professor, and we walked through my college journey together. And by the end, we were co-workers. I wish I would have been able to walk with Shannan side by side through her cancer journey, but God had moved me to North Georgia by that time. I prayed for her daily, sometimes multiple times a day. And then Shannan came to me after she had come through on the other side of her cancer journey and told me that she was going to write a book, that this was her next assignment. And she asked me to edit the book for her. So we spent many hours together, and it It's been an absolute privilege and honor to edit her first book, Destiny in Disguise. And she is part of the destiny that God had for me, because without her, this would not have been possible. I love you, Shannan. We are sisters from different mothers, and I'm so thankful for you.
And your book is called Destiny in Disguise.
Yes.
And who would have thought that there would be destiny in your sisterhood?
Yeah.
We're talking about celebrating those who've come alongside you, and even if you don't name them, they know who they are.
There's an entire page in the book, page 117.
She knows the page. She's got it memorized.
But can I also add here? I listed on that page. It's called Shannan's Heroes. These are the people who were close.
Yeah.
The people who came in and were really on a regular basis impacting. But there's a whole other extended circle of people all over the world who were doing this with me. And I applaud every one of them.
Shannan, my sister friend, it is truly an honor to call you sister and friend. I was honored to be a part of your journey in 2017, and I am still honored today to have shared in that moment. I honor you. I cherish those moments. It was a rough journey, but you endured with patience and steadfastness. I am happy for you. I am proud of you, and I am just trusting that the Lord will continue to bless and guide you. You are in my thoughts and prayers. Congratulations on your new book, and I pray every success for you and your children and your entire family. I love you. God bless you. Mwah.
God literally tapped on people and said, take care of my girl, surround her, hold her, support her, stand with her. So when I say that right now, I'm not just celebrating the ones who were close by, but the ones across the world who saw me.
That's so good. So good.
And chose to walk this out with me. Encouragement, money, cards, jokes, bill payments. I could go, and there are things that I'm not even allowed to speak about because God says these are private blessings.
Well, if everyone gets the book and they go to page 117, they're gonna read those stories.
Yes.
And we can also celebrate Alecia sitting right beside you, and I'm assuming she's been beside you your whole life.
Whole life, yes.
So younger sister, older sister, who's?
I'm the big sister.
You're the big
I'm
sister.
the big sister.
Big congratulations to you, Shannan. I wish you all the best for this season. Man, what a journey. What a road. Hard road you travel. But God was faithful, and man, you endured it like a champ. You know, you showed us how to do it, man. You showed us how it's done as your younger siblings and wider community. So big up yourself. All the best for this endeavor, and God's best for the next phase of your life, your journey. Your hardship has propelled you to greater things. So big up for that, and I wish you God's best. Enough love. Blessings.
Alecia, I'm so happy that you have your sister here. I'm so happy that you're here with us because it's so important to hear from you. Were a supporter, but you took support to a whole nother level. And for those who are going to tune into this and don't know the backstory, tell us the role that you played in Shannan's journey.
I think I was just me.
Yeah.
Right? To be honest, I was just me. The truth is, I can be very matter-of-factly, oh no, we're not doing that. I was in the room January 10th when they came in and gave her the news.
She was not having it.
I was not having it, first of all. I was like, no, we're not doing that today. That's not why we're here.
Wow.
We're here for the cough. Treat the cough.
Yeah.
But then they came in and it was not a joke. I'm like, okay. So we were, I think just in that moment when I realized what was happening, I was like, okay, well, somebody's going to have to keep their head straight and make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. I think that was my role.
Yeah.
And even in being her donor, it was to be my role because it was overwhelming. She had a very aggressive form, rare form of cancer, and people might be saying, well, how is it rare when you have lymphoma, leukemia? That doesn't sound rare. The strain that she had was very rare and very aggressive. So I think being there in that moment was by design, to be there. So one, she wouldn't freak out.
Right.
And two, the doctors wouldn't just go crazy. It was just like, okay, calm. Let's get it together and figure out a plan now. So that was always my stance, but that's who I am. When it started getting very overwhelming in the hours that followed the diagnosis, I was still there. And when the idea came up that because of the type of cancer, it would require transplant. Shannan started with, I'm like, you're going to stop that right now, that foolishness.
Yeah.
I said, we're not doing that. I said, we're not doing that.
Because I didn't want to put her through that. I didn't want to put anybody through that, honestly.
I'm sorry. What are you putting anyone?
For real. For real.
The way I look at things is, and it might be oversimplified, but love is a verb.
Yes.
You can say you love me from now until tomorrow, but unless you're willing to demonstrate that, then you don't love me. You have a concept of love.
Yes.
If you are not, I don't think it's a choice. I think it's a duty. Like, you gave me a choice to try to help my sister. No, you didn't give me that choice. I think the fact that I'm her sister, that's my duty. It's not my choice. So, and I don't mean to be facetious. I get that it's a difficult decision, but it was not a difficult decision for me.
Right.
I think because of how I'm wired.
And I think you're helping someone right now, because that's not an automatic thought process for every sister out there. First of all, can I have you as my sister too? I have you as the only child. We all need a sister, like Alecia.
I'm a pain.
And so it's so good that we can laugh through this process. As I'm sure there were many tears in the very beginning. You know that, do you think about if you'd be here had she not stepped in?
Truth be told, I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be. I went and I stared death in the face and I said, it's not time. It's not time. In other words, from the very beginning, that was my mindset. And it was not from a place of arrogance. It was an awareness that I was not finished. There was too much purpose in the womb of my spirit.
Come on now.
That I knew this isn't it.
In disguise. That's right.
Plus, the Lord, when I went to the Lord with my temper tantrum, He calmed me down. He said, Shannan, I can trust you with this. I can trust you with it because you will share. And as a result, people's lives will be positively impacted. People will learn. People will gain new perspectives about the cancer journey and how to support. And I will get glory. So I knew, okay, this is an assignment. I am on a mission.
This became your ministry.
It became a. I said, oh, and I wrote about it in the book. I said the year before, I kept telling my coworkers, I think my time at the university is coming to an end because destiny is wooing me like a lover. I felt it. I'm like,
did you write that in the book?
Honey, I said, listen, I said, something's about to happen and I don't think I'm going to get fired or I'm going to quit. But I felt like something was coming that was going to put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
The next piece of the puzzle, we're going to transition into being the match. And so talk to us a little bit about what the donor goes through. What was your process like? Oh my goodness.
Honestly, it's not bad. That's an exaggerated response, and you'll understand why. I do not deal with needles, injection. Just the thought of that, it's just not going to work for me. So it took me rejiggering my brain that, okay, so you're going to make your fear of getting an injection for them to test, because first of all, they have to test, so they do blood work.
For both her and my brother.
For my brother and I. To see if we were a likely match, because they were trying to find a match for Shannan globally. Because of how rare her disease was. They couldn't find a match globally. So my brother flew up from Jamaica, and we went, I think,
To Moffitt Cancer Center.
Moffitt Cancer Center
In Tampa.
In Tampa. We were checked in and we did blood work. My brother is like, yes, I'm gonna be the hero. I'm like, just because life wants to mess with me, I'm gonna be the match, because I'm gonna be the one to get the injection just to show me. Sure enough. So that's the first thing. You go through a simple blood test. All kidding aside, it's a simple blood test. If you're not afraid of needles, it's nothing.
Yeah.
If you're afraid of then you feel like you're going to death's door.
Yeah.
But after you survive that, that's it.
Yeah.
You wait for the results,
Yeah.
and they tell you, and the rest is history. It really is that simple. You don't have to be the perfect match.
Exactly.
That's really good.
To save somebody's life.
Exactly.
I was only a partial match. I was their plan Z for zebra, not B for Bravo.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if everything else falls
Yeah.
through, we'll go for her, because I also have a condition that they were afraid
That I could get.
contaminate her and make things, so they really didn't want to go this route, but they couldn't find anyone, and I mean in the world, with the strain that could help.
Yeah.
How mind-blowing is that?
Yeah.
And your title is so appropriate because in every area there was destiny
Exactly.
undercover,
Exactly.
in disguise.
Exactly.
So talk to us
Exactly.
about Be the Match.
Yeah. So I'm glad she said it that way, because once I realized that this is the way the Lord wanted to heal me and not with an instantaneous healing, I said, okay, I have an opportunity now to raise awareness about this organization, because the reality is in our community, meaning Black community, the Hispanic community, we don't have enough people registered on the bone marrow registry who could become a potential match.
Right.
And I said, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to say, we went through it, but there are over 70 diseases that can be cured and treated with a bone marrow transplant. But people don't know. And so as a result, we don't have as many people on that registry who could potentially save a life. I like to say, be the match, meet the match.
So how has this changed your relationship? And then I want you also to tell people how they can be involved and be the match. But how has this changed your relationship?
The night after harvesting her cells, she's considered a super donor because her body produced way more cells than would be necessary for me. They literally brought those cells to my room about 6 o'clock that evening after preparing my body to receive it, and then I got the cells through my infusion line, because I also had an infusion line, and that was the transplant. We knew in that moment that life would never be the same, because in that moment we now have the same DNA.
Yeah.
That night when she came to my room and she said, "It's amazing. My process took over 6 hours. Your process didn't even take an hour." And in the moment, Candi, I don't know where I got the strength from, Holy Spirit. And I said to her, because when destiny and purpose collides, there's no need for an extended delivery.
That's it.
It took 6 hours, but an hour, because when destiny meets purpose, it just flows.
It just flows. Wow.
It just flows. And the recovery process was long. In fact, the truth is, the transplant recovery was harder than the cancer process and the cancer recovery. But I went through it because I realized the assignment that I was on. And I said, even if after all this, I'm going to go home to the Lord, I would like to complete this assignment.
Well, we know that this is your destiny. This is why you wrote the book. This is part of you helping other families and individuals to survive. How can people become the match? What is the organization? How do they get involved?
Yes. So, like you said, the first thing you want to do is to go on the website. Go on bethematch.org and sign up, because once you sign up to show interest, they will contact you. And they do send the cheek swab. I'm sorry you didn't get the cheek swab, Ali, but it really is. This is all it is. They send you a kit to just swab your cheek.
It was part of the destiny. It was all part of the story.
And you send that back to them, and then they will contact you if, based on your test results, you could potentially become a match for someone else. And like I said, it's not just cancer. There are over 70 diseases, sickle cell, and there's so many different kinds of diseases that can be treated by this. But it simply starts with going to the website and being willing to get on the registry. Because the truth is, the life that you save could be someone living in your home.
That's so true.
The life you save could be your own child. And who knows, that may never happen, but the important thing is we need to increase the number of people on the bone marrow registry. That is one of the main reasons I wrote this book.
And so it's bethematch.com.
Bethematch.org.
.org is where they go. Awesome.
Yes.
So that's the call to action.
Yes.
We need everyone to step up and at least see if they can be the match to help someone to live.
Yes.
And so there is this whole story wrapped up in destiny. The book is Destiny in Disguise.
Yes.
When did you get the name? When did that name come to you? Because we're going to move into a time where I just want you to let loose and encourage someone as we wrap our discussion. Where did this come from?
1 year after my diagnosis, my Facebook post was something like this. The devastation, something to the effect of the diagnosis, the disappointment, the devastation, the debacle could very well be destiny in disguise. Something to that effect. You know, the whole gist of it was me saying, don't be too quick to label a situation as disappointing or devastating. So that was the whole idea with that Facebook post. You know, it's 1 year after after my cancer diagnosis. Don't be too quick to label a situation. And the whole idea, when I did that post, I did not realize that the title for my book was going to be wrapped up in that post. But what I realized as I processed and I reflected on everything that happened, I was like, throughout the entire journey, there were lessons and blessings wrapped up in disguises. And if we had not gone through, we would not have seen all the amazing things that were going to happen as a result of a cancer diagnosis. And so I like to say, cancer was not the worst thing that happened to me in my life. I know what that worst thing is.
Come on.
It wasn't this. And I will say that without apologies. It was horrible. I would never want to do that again, and I would never wish it on anyone, but it was not the worst thing. Once I decided that my response, my reaction is going to be to make the best of it, that's how I Choose to Bloom came in. I choose to bloom looking a hot mess. I choose to bloom at 107 pounds and I couldn't even open a water bottle. I choose to bloom because I realized that this is not the worst thing that could have happened. And God had many things wrapped up in ugly packages that when I opened them, they were beautiful. I give him glory.
Even the scars. We started talking about scars before we got started, and people can't see what a survivor or a cancer patient has underneath our beautiful outer garments. And you're still choosing. Every day you have to look in the mirror
every day
at those scars, and you're still choosing to bloom over and over, just like a flower. There's some that are annuals and perennials. I don't know which is which, but I do know the one that is always going to bloom. In season, in season. You're choosing to bloom every day. And so I do want to know if you had one word of encouragement as a donor, as someone who is the match, we're meeting the match. You stepped out there and you stepped out on faith to do this. One word of encouragement as the donor, and then we also want to speak to close this out from you as well, Shannan.
The fear is just the fear. But the fear does not justify not signing up, not doing everything that you can to help someone else. It's not justification for it.
That's awesome.
It's just a little inconvenient is all.
Wow.
Wow. I'm going to look in the camera because I need to talk to brave warriors. In my book, I said I have a suggestion for a new phrase to use when addressing cancer patients. The church calls sick people, the sick and the shut in. I hate that term. People who are diagnosed with any kind of cancer, and honestly any chronic illness, are brave warriors. And so to the brave warriors who are currently battling, or of someone who has battled, or for those who have lost someone who battled, or you're just a supporter, I say, whatever you're feeling about this cancer diagnosis, your feelings are valid, first of all. I don't believe in diminishing feelings. Your feelings are valid, and so give it a voice, whether you're a survivor or a supporter or the warrior. But for the warrior, recognize that a diagnosis does not define you, it does not diminish you, and it does not disqualify you. Because if this sickness is not meant to take you out of here, you still have purpose and destiny. You are still whoever you are before you were given the test results. You are still strong and brave and courageous and more resilient than you realize. You have gone through things in your life that you have overcome time and time again. So I implore you, if you've got more in you, tap into your roots and fight. Don't be in denial. Don't stay in denial. If you got life, fight for your life. However, if you choose to do this without chemotherapy, without radiation, if you want to go you are free to do so, because cancer hits your body, not someone else's. And so I encourage you, pace yourself, be kind to yourself, give yourself grace. If you are battling right now, this is not the time to have negative people around you. You need to have people who are positive and who are uplifting and encouraging, and people who can pray for you. But the truth of the matter is, let's get real. Just in case this disease takes you out, begin to set your house in order. Begin to get your will together. Begin to write all the important information, because cancer doesn't play fair. And I like to say, I don't know if I have days, weeks, months, or years, but I have now and I have today. And so my goal is to live today with everything in me. In case the Lord says it's time to go home, I will go home empty. That is my wish for you. That is my hope for you as you keep fighting.
So this has been an amazing journey that I've taken with both Shannan Lewis and Alecia Lewis, and I want to encourage everyone to get a copy. And we can get this on Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles. It's Destiny in Disguise by Shannan Lewis. And I have to read the title underneath. Lessons and Blessings in a Cancer Journey. The things I wished I knew before cancer disrupted my life. And truly, it has not taken you out. You've been given more life.
Yes.
And life abundantly.
Yes.
So everyone, let's go out and get the book, Destiny in Disguise, and actually gift it. If you can gift it to someone, check out Amazon.com or Barnes & Nobles. Thank you all for watching, and we hope that you were blessed.